Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this, a special edition of the Classic Wrestling Series. Why is this a special edition? Because when this episode is actually being aired, I'm actually on holiday, and this will be the next premiere of the Classic Wrestling Series, due to it, again, being kind of a bonus episode, guys. So, what are we here to do? Well, I decided that the special video that I had planned for the week following the Money in the Bank 2011 pay-per-view, so you can work out when this video is actually recorded. I decided to do this pay-per-view now because it's more of a special event, because I watched the show back and really there wasn't anything bad on it. It was just a poor buy rate. But there's one match that I recorded this on Thursday and I spent 20 minutes talking about this one match. So we're going to do things a little bit differently, shake things up. We're going to talk about the worst match first, and then talk about the best match. But, ladies and gentlemen, what show are we talking about? Well, it's December 1st, 1991. We're in San Antonio, Texas, at the Freeman Coliseum. 8,000 fans witnessed this Tuesday in Texas. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a show that received a abysmal 1.0 buy rate, which works out to about 400,000 buys, and at the actual gate itself took 100,000. Wow, this is a pretty bad show, right? Well, let's find out, shall we? So, ladies and gentlemen, as we get started, we will talk about the 8 pre-show matches. The 8 fucking dark matches. Also, I will say this now. This wasn't actually this was actually bundled together with the WWF Super Tape 1992, which was released in the US on the 23rd of January 1992 by Coliseum Home Video. Bit of an interesting fact for you guys. So here we go. Let's talk about the 8 match dark matches. First up, with the House Brothers defeated Brian Crelesso and Brian Donahue. Sir Charles defeated Dane Wolf. Chris Walker defeated Brian Lee. Chris Chavis defeated J.W. Storm. And then we get into the main four. Greg the Hammer Valentine defeated the Brooklyn Brawler. He's one of these people that I enjoy watching, the Brooklyn Brawler, especially when he didn't get too many wins, and he was a fun jobber. The Nasty Boys defeated the Bushwhackers in a tag team match. The Legion of Doom defeated the Beverly Brothers for the tag team championships. The Beverly Brothers were challenging the Legion of Doom. And finally, in the main event dark match, Ric Flair defeated Roddy Piper. You have Ric Flair and Roddy Piper on the same card, and you don't put them on the show. Dumbass fans. So what we're going to do is, like I say, we're going to go from the worst match to the best match, because I really want to talk about the best match. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's kick things off with the British Bulldog versus the Warlord. So we just had the British Bulldog versus the Warlord, guys, and this wasn't a particular bad match. It was a good match in places. But with the rest of the card, it just felt a little bit weak. These two had faced off in the 4 previous pay-per-views, so SummerSlam, WrestleMania, Royal Rumble, SummerSlam, and Survivor Series, respectively. They were in the 1991 Royal Rumble and on opposing teams at the Survivor Series. So these two have faced off pretty much throughout the entirety of 1991. It was just a standard match. Nothing major. Nothing that'll blow the water out of the singles scene. But it was a good match overall. I enjoyed it. Definitely a good way. I thought this match should have opened the show. To be honest, I think having the British Bulldog win would have opened the show. Would have been a lot better. And definitely, but switching the first match with the third match would have been a lot better, guys. So, next up, guys, we will talk about the Repo Man and Ted DiBiase versus El Matador and Virgil. So we just had the tag team match of the Repo Man and Ted DiBiase defeated El Matador and Virgil. And the reason why this is my the second least favorite match on the card. you have Ted DiBiase and El Matador, also known as Tito Santana, who are two really good wrestlers. You have the Repo Man, who's okay, and you have Virgil, who's a bit on the bad side. But they gelled well and they didn't at the same time. I mean, the wrestling styles gelled well, but the story between Virgil and Ted DiBiase just didn't work for me in my eyes. Virgil would go on to win the $1 Million Championship at WrestleMania 7, I think it is, from the $1 Million Man, with Roddy Piper in Virgil's corner. But this was just, it wasn't a good match, I thought, and especially the ending, with when Sherry's on the ropes, trying to hit Virgil with the shoe, dodges it, DiBiase gets hit, and then all of a sudden Virgil grabs her to hit her. Don't like that. Do not like male on female violence, no matter if she agreed to it or not. Then the Repo Man came in with a kick to the knee and with a knee to the kidney, and then roll up 1, 2, 3. Not too bad, but again, it was a meh match. So next up, guys, we have Hulk Hogan versus the Undertaker for the championship. So we just had Hulk Hogan versus the Undertaker for the championship, and this would play into a story a month later at the Royal Rumble 1992. But I can't lie, this was complete and utter bullshit. So basically, Taker comes out first, Champion comes out first, fuck off. Hogan then comes out, runs to the ring, slides in, and then Taker and Bearer basically beat them up until Hogan grabs both their heads and hits them in with a noggin knocker, which is a headbutt. Nothing really known until Ric Flair came out. I don't know why Ric Flair needed to come out. Didn't need it. Ric Flair distracts Jack Tunney, who's on the outside, who basically said that there will be no interference, and yeah, Ric Flair comes out and there's interference. Yeah, good idea. Again, nothing really of note. Hogan uses the ending of the match is basically Hogan uses the urn to throw powder into Taker's eyes and roll him up, and basically roll him up for the 1, 2, 3. A face. This is Hulk Hogan doing dastardly dirty tricks to get a title win. Stupid. So as we all know, the title would be held in abeyance until the Royal Rumble 1992, where the winner would receive the title, which would be Ric Flair, and then it would go into the amazing feud between himself and Macho Man Randy Savage. So next up, guys, we're going to be talking about Bret the Hitman Hart versus Skinner for the Intercontinental title. Sorry, I love a bit of coffee in the morning. So we just had Skinner versus Bret Hart for the Intercontinental Championship, and this one was okay. Again, it's a Bret Hart match, so you know what you're gonna get. But he always amazes me. He's always good. The way that the technical wrestling aspect of Bret Hart always ceases to amaze me. The way he can bring lesser people up into a match and have them on par with him is always amazing. Skinner's not too bad. Basically Skinner's good, but I think he was a little bit weak at this point. But you know what? He was good. He was actually quite decent in this match. To be fair, I've seen quite a few Skinner matches, and I think he's actually a little bit underrated. I think he's not on par with Shawn Michaels or Bret Hart, but he's okay. He deserves a little bit more credit than he gets. But ladies and gentlemen, the reason why I'm here, and oh boy, I cannot wait to talk about this match. Macho Man Randy Savage versus Jake the Snake Roberts. This one's going to be the majority of the video. So we just had Jake Roberts versus Macho Man Randy Savage, and my God, such a hidden gem of a match on a shitty fucking pay-per-view that's on a Tuesday. It's like, what the fuck? These two are masters of their craft. That they are great talkers. Their wrestling ability is second to none. The way they can hold a crowd, The way that Jake is just that bastard of a heel, I fucking love, and the way that Macho Man is that triumphant hero returning to the ring. Um, so yeah, so basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about the entire segment. I'm going to talk about the match, but I'm going to talk about the before and after. So before the match, we had promos, and Jake Roberts cuts this amazing fucking promo about how the snake has been banned, but he should be but Jack Tunney should be worried about the snake that's inside the ring, i.e. Jake Roberts. Just a slimy bastard. And I mean that with the greatest of respect to Jake Roberts, but he was a good face, but my god, he was a fucking bastard of a heel. And I mean that in the greatest of respect because he was such a good heel. Randy Savage talks about the snake bite. He talks about how the fear in Elizabeth's eyes made him drive more, and the satisfaction that he will have when he beats Jake Roberts will make sure that Elizabeth sees it. Again, this is why I love Macho Man because he's such a amazing talker, and you can actually see the passion in his eyes when he's talking about Miss Elizabeth. That was a mixture of him and Dusty Rhodes. But yeah, you can just see the passion. So basically, this is a different way. Jake walks out, and then all of a sudden, Macho Man just walks off from the interview, walks off, runs down to the ring, and starts kicking the crap out of him before the bell even rings. That's great storytelling because Randy Savage wants to get his hands on Roberts. So it made sense for him to just run down and start kicking the crap out of him. Makes a lot of sense. But they go backwards and forwards in this match. Again, this is great psychology. So Macho Man's arms bandaged because of a snake bite from about a month ago, I think. So what does Jake do? He goes for the arm. Technical wrestling. And the crowd ate it up. The crowd were there like, they were there like, boo, you bastard. Ah. They were booing Jake because he's that bastard of a heel. And it just works. He's just there, going for the arm, going for the arm, going for the arm. Macho Man's trying to stop him from doing it, but it's just great psychology from both men. Um, and then the ending of the match, Macho Man manages to hit the elbow drop on the actual on not the injured arm, which makes sense. But if he did, he would have been able to sell it really well because he's that good of a fucking performer. And gets the 1, 2, 3. The crowd goes ballistic. The crowd have been in this match. The crowd have been eating from the palm of their hands. They've been cheering they've been cheering Macho Man. They've been booing the fuck out of Jake Roberts. Jake gets pissed, stands up, DDTs Macho Man. The place goes nuclear. Again, stands up, DDTs him a second time. This time, he goes underneath the ring to grab the bag, the Cobra. Miss Elizabeth runs out, begging with Jake, pleading with him to not put the snake on Macho Man's arm, even though Hebner's doing an amazing. Also as well, the way Miss Elizabeth and Hebner played their roles were fucking amazing. Jake, Macho Man manages to stand up with Jake's help and just DDTs him a third time. It's like, okay, you DDT'd him 3 times. That's funny. You are a bastard of a heel. But and again, the commentary team as well are talking about how this, Joel Monsoon is talking about how this is a despicable act, and Bobby Heenan's just loving it. It's like, yes, I love this. I love this commentary team. But the one thing that really drags it down for me is it's the slap. Now, again, if Elizabeth agreed to do it, then that's fine. It's her choice. It's her choice. She's in the ring. If she wants to do it, then it makes a lot of sense. I don't think it personally needed it. I think maybe just to push it down or something like that would have been a bit better. Would have been a lot safer. But I mean, so I'll tell you how they do it. Because I've had it done to me before. So what they do is Jake puts his hand, basically puts his hand up. It's so quick, but you can't even see it. He puts his hand above in front of Elizabeth's cheek, and just goes and slaps the hand. So then it basically sounds like he actually slapped her. My God, the place go for the place. You know, the place want Jake's blood. Like it's like how you know, and Gorilla Monsoon's like, how dare he slap a woman? How dare he slap Miss Elizabeth? Oh my god! It's like Jesus. You know, the place is going ballistic. And then after the match, Jake is there just talking about how he loved to see, you know, how he loved seeing the fear in Elizabeth's eyes, and he wants to do it. You know, if he could do it again, he would. He would slap her and pay for it. It's like, oh, you bastard! And then the emotional Macho Man, at the end of the second the interview for him, it's talking about how he let his guard down, how he failed Elizabeth, and how he basically fucked up by having Jake Roberts slap him. This feud should have gone on till probably the Rumble. It should have. This feud, I'm sorry, should have gone on until Mania. Have somehow, some way, have Jake versus Macho Man for the title of Mania 8. Because this feud was going place. This feud was going somewhere. But we have Jake Roberts versus Undertaker and Ric Flair versus Macho Man. It's like, really? I mean, this feud is amazing, and all of a sudden at Mania, it's literally not even what 4 months. 4 months later, we get Roberts versus Taker on his way out the door, going to WCW to face Sting in a coal miner's glove match, and we've got Flair versus Macho Man for the title at Mania. It's like, what the fuck? So yeah, guys, that was my review of this Tuesday in Texas. What did I think of the show overall? Um, in a way, Macho Man versus Jake Roberts is definitely the best match of the night. I've talked about it the most. Um, this is the match that I tell people. If you really want to study professional wrestling, watch this match. If you want to, if you want to study showmanship and promo skills and stuff like that, watch these two. Watch this match. Watch this. Watch this entire segment with Jake from the beginning of Jake Roberts' first promo with Sean Mooney to the last promo from Macho Man Randy Savage with Sean Mooney. Watch that. You have to deal with the British Bulldog versus the Warlord, but you can easily skip that. This match should be on the hidden gems. The entire segment should be. Do I agree with the slap? No, I do not agree with male on female violence, like I mentioned in the like I mentioned in the tag team match. But for this one, it works in a way once you know how once you know how the actual slap happens, and it's again that, then you can accept it. But I genuinely had to go back and watch that bit from time to time to actually watch if he actually did use his hand, and he did. It is very quick from Jake, again like a cobra, or ironically enough like a snake. But yeah, it's so quick that you can't even see it. But he does use his hand, which is very very good. Just the way everybody played their roles in this, in that actual finishing was fucking amazing. The worst match, not by much, but just because we've seen it before. We've seen it on 4 different pay-per-views, so it has to be the Bush Bulldog versus a Warlord, like I say. Not by much, but again, we've already seen this on the Big Four, and why would we want to watch? Why would we want to pay for a fifth time to see these two? I enjoy the British Bulldog. I do. I enjoy British Bulldog. I enjoy the entire Hart family. But I don't want to watch British Bulldog for versus the Warlord for the umpteenth time. No offense. Even though these two are good and they're okay, they're decent in their own way. I just don't want to watch it. The title match was the WWF World Title match. Bullshit. Having Hogan the babyface cheat to win is just fucking stupid. Having Flair come out having Flair come out to try and cost him the match was. I think that was the only thing that needed, and just have the title held in abeyance there would have pissed off a lot of people, but it would have made a lot more sense. Or just have Undertaker retain the title and then somehow strip him of the belt once he found out that he cheated. He cheated Hogan out of the title. He screwed Hogan out of the title. Just have him do it instead of Hogan. What else? The tag team match was okay. The styles mesh well together, but just didn't do it in my opinion. And Bret Hart versus Skinner was a good match. So, guys, like I say, that's the end of my review, end of my special review of this Tuesday in Texas. And, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you. I will see you for the next episode next week. Do apologize, I have no idea what I'm going to review. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you later. Oh, by the way, guys, please check out the Drinking Gamers. Please check out the Drinking Gamers, where we have got Mr. and Mrs. and Drinking Games and Minecraft Monday, guys. We're also going to be starting our series on Facebook, which is going to be the Nostalgia Gamer with myself. I think the first episode of Skyrim will have already been dropped. I will be doing one later in July. I will be doing one in July, probably the beginning to mid-July, hopefully. Once again, this video is being pre-recorded, so I don't know when. We also will be having our webs.com series, exclusive series of Resident Evil 5 as well, guys. So if you want to check those out, guys, leave a comment in the comment section below. I will give you all the links to our Facebook page, our Instagram, and our YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. I've been Peter Samuels, and I will see you, hopefully, at the bar. Catch you on the flip side.